Hello, internet world. Um, I'm trying to get in the habit of making more videos so I can actually get comfortable in front of the camera, speaking to nobody and everybody at the same time. Um, just had some realizations recently with regards to the point of not having sex before marriage. This was always presented to me as like a religious, moral right or wrong as far as things you should do and things you should not do, and was never really presented to me with any kind of practical context that would kind of make it make sense, where you go, oh yeah, that's why you don't have sex before marriage. And I was looking at the point today within myself, and I found within me that there's almost this kind of, it's like within that desire to have sex before marriage, it's almost as though you don't have confidence in the relationship and in yourself, like at a deeper level, and maybe in your subconscious mind. And so it's like you want to try to sort of maybe get what you can before the end comes, or it's like you want to maybe subconsciously like get that kid, get the woman pregnant and have that baby before everything goes to hell. Almost like there's this like ticking time bomb, like, oh, I gotta do this now. But then I look at it practically, and it's like, why? Like, why the rush, And it's not like I don't understand, people wanting to have sex and being horny and wanting to fulfill their desires. But that often tends to be like a mind point, like I notice that the more that I think about women and sex and beautiful women and, entertain images and fantasies and things in my head, then the more I create the desire and kind of the need to even have sex. And it's like, first of all, it's like you are kind of creating that need. Like, I really question how much of a necessity it is to exercise that biological function if you're not thinking about it all the time, And even if it turns out that, you do need to physically, biologically, have that experience, have sex, it still doesn't really explain or justify why you have to get another person involved. And then even if you don't have another person involved, like why you would have to have pictures and images and fantasies and thoughts about another person in your head to even be able to do that. I mean, you really shouldn't be thinking about anybody in your head and your thoughts, right? You shouldn't be thinking, period. It's like anyone who's busy having thoughts and thoughts about other people has an unclean mind from a certain perspective. And not that that's like a moral judgment, like you're not clean, you're dirty. It just literally means your mind is not clear, and therefore it's not clean. And so the more I look at this point, the more I realize, like as far as not having sex before marriage, it's like, why not? Because if you really have confidence in yourself that that your intentions are pure and you would like to create something real with a partner that is long lasting and stands the test of time, then it's like you don't worry about having sex. It doesn't become this like thing that's like, oh, I have to get this before It's like, what's the rush? I mean, if you're building something that's long lasting and going to stand the test of time, you have the whole rest of your life to have sex with that person, with the person that preferably, yeah, you get married and you stay with them and you have a real commitment to them and bond with them. So it's like, what's the rush? If it's real, then it'll come. And if it's not real, then why would you waste, that precious, like your very life essence, something that is like very intimate and sacred? Like, why would you just waste that with any person when you don't necessarily have a real bond or connection or a real, like a pure starting point and intention for why you're doing that? And then, there's the fact that, we human beings get very addicted to our desires and our pleasurable experiences. And so if you start engaging in sex before marriage, man, you can tell yourself all kinds of lies and things to justify maintaining that experience of having sex that you enjoy and is pleasurable and that you can maybe even be a little bit addicted to. And so, within that, it's like a drug addict. It's like, if you like something and it's pleasurable and you have a desire for it, you can start telling yourself all kinds of things, convincing yourself of all kinds of things just to be able to justify and get that experience. So I'd been entertaining the idea for like a little while, the more that it's, because it's been introduced to me increasingly, this idea of no sex before marriage. And it's like, to me, it's like, it's been a bit radical, right? It's like, I've been pretty slutty my whole life, pretty loosey-goosey and amoral and just like whatever, like nihilistic when it comes to the point. And the more I consider it, the more I'm like, this kind of makes sense. And like, what do I have to lose? Living the other way hasn't exactly been working for me. So yeah, interesting point to consider. No sex before marriage. And even if it's, even if not, that's something you don't want to take in right away. I mean, again, I would very strongly consider what it means to be living in your desires, in the desire for sex. And when that becomes like a central driving force of your life, which it is for so many people, and that can, I mean, once you're living in your desires, I mean, you're living in your feelings and your emotions and your thoughts in your head and your imagination. And as a general guideline, that is no way to live. That is not life. All right, guys. Thanks. See you later.